agenda is presented.
So moved.
By Doug,
I'll second.
second by Chris, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Number 3, to open the public hearing for ordinance 559-17 and ordinance adopting the 2018 operating budget for the village of Pulaski.
I'll make that motion.
By Roger,
I'll second.
second by Bob Gieske, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. We've had previously approved 5 budget sessions in the last couple of months. I thank the board for their diligent efforts. We've waded through every page at least 5 times or more, and we made some good progress on the 20th. We did made some decisions that make a lot of sense. We cut back about 5% on each facet of the budget by cutting expenses and postponing buying. And you now have a new budget that has the there's so many figures, I guess I've got to let Karen and Jody explain what this final.
Did you bring your changes?
I don't have all the changes. I mean, we pretty much implemented all the changes we talked about at the last board meeting. The extra funds that we had, we discussed about putting into that street paving outlay. That's about the only thing I really changed. If you look at that outlay page, I think it's page 9. It was kind of confusing to some people when I left it at project planning, and I think we had Parks Blacktop or something. So I just changed that line to say street paving outlay. So that's for that Parks project. So we put that excess money that we saved by moving that hydrant fee mostly in that category. So that's got the 49,146. The budget is balanced then. And the other sheets that you have just show the 3 counties and the taxes. The dollar amounts, we usually put the $150,000 home value in there. So if you look at the other sheets, the 3 sheets, the Brown County tax will be on average $150,000 home will be $3,182.83, which is a bit of a decrease. I don't have the exact numbers. I was trying to calculate that quick. 8 cents will be the decrease for Brown. It's a slight decrease, and then it has the breakdowns in there too of the school district went up slightly, and WTC went up. There are no state taxes, I guess, this year, which is weird, but I asked the auditor, she said no. So the county, Brown County went up 2.13 and the village went down 2.67. So the overall effect when you add it all is a 1.18% decrease for Brown County. And then the same with the other ones. On the next page for Shawano County, the 2017 taxes average on a $150,000 home this year will be $3,170.46, which will be a 2.45% decrease from last year. And then on the Oconto County, the average $150,000, which I don't think there's any homes in Oconto County, but the tax parcel would be $3,149.60, which is a 9.3% decrease for Oconto County. So that's basically it in a nutshell, unless anybody has any questions regarding where the numbers went.
Jody, in regards to the hydrant tax, or whatever you call it, what method are you using to?
That is still to be decided. I mean, I talked to Jenny a little bit more, not much. She was recommending more the meter, using the meter one of the equivalent meter, because the other plans, I guess, need some more PSC involvement in them, or they're a little harder to get your hands around with the improved value and all that other stuff. So, we just, again, talked very briefly, and she said moving a portion of it is fine, so we only did 1/4 of it, if you recall. So that's all that we moved. But I'm assuming she's gonna come out and help me file some of these tax forms that need to be sent into the Department of Revenue. We'll probably talk about it more at that time.
Okay, so in other words, it could be changed yet, it's not definite that it's going to be.
Well, we did
the
take
meter.
1/4 of it off, and
Oops.
yeah, there were the 4 methods. She recommended the equivalent meter, or the meter one, using the one with the meters on it.
Okay.
But again, I don't have any exact prices of what that would be, but, you know, that'll be, I'm assuming, to be discussed more later.
So does that kind of mean that the number will be kind of be a surprise on our water bills?
Well, again, it probably won't be implemented until, I'm assuming, at the earliest 3rd quarter.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So, you know, as we work through the process, decide which method to use and, you know, work through the
So
numbers.
that's down the road.
It would be, you know, at this time, I don't have all that information, I
Yeah.
guess, so.
Yeah. Okay. Because I think the bottom line is just figuring out.
How much?
Well,
That's what
the
everybody
chakras
wants to
gonna-
know.
yeah,
I don't
what's the
have the
chakras
answer
gonna
still at
be?
this time, so.
Okay, okay.
Anything else?
Any questions or comments by board members? There being none, I would entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Doug?
Bruce.
Bruce?
Chris, yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Number 5, consider approve and adopt ordinance 559-17, an ordinance adopting the 2018 operating budget for the village of Pulaski.
So moved.
By Bruce,
I'll second it.
second by Doug. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay, these next items are something that we have to do every year. Excuse me. Consider approved borrowing of funds from Premier Community Bank for the 2018 Ford Explorer K9 vehicle from Wood Ford. We are way better off by going through Premier than going through Whitford. And I would prefer that we spread the cost over 3 years. That gives the K9 people, you know, ample opportunity to raise money.
Do you know how much roughly it's gonna be?
The only hard figure I've got is they've got like 19,000.
Oh, no, they're probably much higher than that, but there's costs involved in a lot of the inside of the vehicle and stuff. And, you know, what we're gonna do is we're gonna borrow the money for the vehicle right now, and it may be paid off before the 3 years through the fundraising
Okay.
efforts, but we didn't want to cut ourselves short at all. And I think they were at 46,000 that they've raised so far out of 80.
Okay.
So they're well on their way to their goal.
Yep.
It's just that with the contents and getting that hot pop kit so that, you know, the dog gets out the door if it opens up with a remote
Yeah,
if
okay.
you need a dog. It also is the sensor for temperatures inside so that we don't overheat and cook a dog or freeze it in the wintertime.
Okay.
Those features along with the housing unit, that's going to be like $14,000 in that range. And we bought that at cost through the company that sold us the dog parts for the vehicle. And it's being installed right now, and it's just a matter of us financing the vehicle, so that's the last portion of what we're doing.
Okay.
And the rest of it is, Joy's been writing out checks as we go along here to certain portions of it. And we want to keep some money remaining so we can operate and make the payments.
Right, okay. Interest rate in between
Goes-
2 and 4? Or?
What's it, I want to say
You know what?
3.18?
I've been running so many numbers, I can't even remember it
Pick one.
anymore. It was definitely way better than the
Under 4%.
Ford one was
Good.
gonna be, but I
The
can't
Ford one was
remember.
crazy. It was a
Two
lot of
something
money.
Oh, yeah.
maybe, or two,
Yeah.
close to 3,
I-
around 3,
Yeah,
I
it
think
was around 3, and I know Ford was much higher than that, almost
Yeah,
double.
like 8 or something, or 6 or 8 or
6,
something.
it was a 6-ish.
Yeah.
See, we paid for it already through the general fund. And
No, we're
then
just
we'll
asking permission.
reimburse.
So you can get reimbursed.
What is the total amount due?
I think 30,000.
30,100 something, or it was some
I
weird
think we just
number.
did 30 because I thought it was.
It was 30,000
29
even,
something.
650, that's what, it's
We
30,650.
did 30,000 for 3 years.
Okay.
The board talked about this before, it's just we never did the formality of borrowing the money. We
Mhm.
gave Mark permission to go and order the car and everything, and we went to talk to Sam and get the loan going, and he goes, I need to know when the board approved it, and I'm like, I don't think we have that. I'll talk to you on the 28th. So this is kind of the formality of putting it through. It'll all be paid through those K-9 funds that are raised.
They're fundraising money.
So, yeah.
Awesome.
So you anticipate paying for the complete car and installation of
The dog, the
accessory
unit, everything.
through your
Fundraiser.
fundraising?
We're already over halfway.
Wow,
Actually,
very good.
yeah, more toward the three-quarter line.
Nice.
Excellent.
Actually, two-thirds probably, realistically.
Awesome.
Committee's been working hard, and I'm confident they're going to raise what we need to.
Oh, yeah.
So could I have a motion to allow us to borrow the funds from Premier
So moved.
by Roger?
Second.
Second by Bob Gallagher.
Ask for a roll call vote.
And a roll call vote, please.
Bruce Birchkowski?
Yes.
Roger Birchkowski?
Yes.
Robert Gieske?
Yes.
Doug Prentice?
Abstain. State Farm Bank, they're recommending that.
Okay. Chris Smith?
Yes.
Robert Van Lannen?
Yes.
And Reed Woodward?
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you all. Number 7, these next 3 are 4 are things that we have to do every year. There's housekeeping, appointing where we can put our tax money, et cetera, et cetera. Number 7, consider approve and adopt resolution 1182-17, resolution relating to the collection of state and county taxes by the village of Pulaski Township for Shawano County.
I'll make a motion to approve.
By Doug,
I'll second.
by Bruce, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Number 8, consider approve and adopt resolution 1183-17, a resolution designating Premier Community Bank, Pulaski, Wisconsin, as the public depository for village tax funds for Brown, Oconto, and Shawano counties for the year of 2018.
So moved.
By Bob Van Lannen,
Second.
by Bob Kieske. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Number 9, consider approve and adopt resolution 1184-17, a resolution designating Premier Community Bank, Pulaski, Wisconsin, as the public depository for village tax funds for Brown, Oconto, and Shawano counties for the year of 2018.
I'll make that motion.
By Roger,
I'll second.
Chris, all in favor?
Aye.
Abstain again for actually all 3 of these.
Okay. Number 10, to consider and approve and adopt resolution 1185-17, a resolution designating Premier Community Bank, Pulaski, Wisconsin, as the public depository for tax incremental financing, TIF 2 and TIF 4, the Brown County funds for incoming money for the year of 2018.
I'll make that
By
motion.
Chris,
I'll second.
by Bruce. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Did you abstain on that one?
Yes.
too?
Moving ahead, Public Works,
I have nothing for tonight,
leaf probably ends
probably this week.
probably this week, okay. They're hanging out at my house. Anything else you want to? Okay. Sewer and Water Department, nothing. Police Department, Mark?
Last night was another busy night again. We had a second suicide in the last 2 weeks
Oh, gee.
that we dealt with last night. But it's a process that we have to go through, and the Dane County Medical Examiner's Office is in Madison, so it does require in certain circumstances a trip down to Madison, which I made today to oversee that autopsy. So those are things that are going to continue. because Dane County has a lot of different policies than we used to have, and they make a lot of, they're good decisions, but there's a lot of things that are different than what they used to be. That's one thing I have for today.
Did we miss something? Okay. Thanks, Mark. Karen, Joy, anything? Bill? How do we proceed to get that lot taken care of with Gieske?
Waiting for a legal description from Robert E. Lee's office.
Oh, okay. That's really all we're waiting on?
Yeah,
is-
they did not have to go through a CSM on that, which saved a lot of time and money, but we do need a legal description for because if the lot's being split, it's long, narrow lot, and if the village is going to acquire the southern 2/3 of it, more or less, and the northern third is going to stay, but we need a legal description for that amount. So, and with the holidays, I think it maybe gets pushed back a little bit, but I'll check with them tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you. Communications, the regular village board meeting will be...
I got one thing.
Yes, Bob.
I will not be running for re-election this next spring, so
Okay.
36 years is enough.
There's a form to that.
I appreciate very much you voting to hire me as police chief.
And the ones for village trustee that are up are, they're in alphabetical order. Bruce Britchkuski, Doug Prentice, and Robert Van Lannen.
No, I won't be running.
Is it something I said?
Study had
You
it
put in
next to you.
36 years. 36 out of 38 I put in, so
That's wonderful.
that's enough.
Yeah, that's good dedication.
Sure appreciate you being here all these years. So the regular board meeting would be on Monday, December 4th at 6 p.m. at the Pulaski Village Hall. And if there being nothing else,
Read, any comments about this?
I'm going to talk to Bill. I'm not going to publicly do anything.
Can't say anything at this point.
Quite honestly, it's Brown County's library.
Okay.
And we've been prodding them for a plan of action, and we haven't gotten anything in 7 months. So,
Thank you.
it hurts. I attend motion to adjourn, please.
So moved.
Bruce? Second by Bob Gieske. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned. 5:19.
That was a good one. One of the shortest ones.